Pre-Civil War in Plain English by Selena, Laura, Taylor, and Deajia. During the pre-Civil War, the North and the South were divided. 22 states were in the North and they didn't want slavery. The 11 Southern states supported slavery and wanted to be a separate nation. New territories were given popular sovereignty or the power to decide if slavery should be legal. The clash between the slave states and free states grew with time. There were two main compromises in the 1800s. The Compromise of 1850 and the Compromise of Missouri. In the Compromise of 1850, the South benefited because the territories of Utah and New Mexico could be slave states, and the fugitive slave law required runaway slaves to be returned to their owners. The North benefited because California became a free state and the slave trade was stopped in Washington, D.C. This maintained the balance between free and slave states. The Compromise of Missouri made Maine a free state. Although Missouri wanted to become a free state, also Maine had fewer slaves to set free. The government could only let one state become free because they needed to keep the same number of slaves of free and slave states. Many people made an effort to abolish slavery. William Lloyd Garrison wrote an anti-slavery newspaper. In this paper called The Liberator, he said, "I am in earnest. I will not retreat a single inch, and I will be heard." He was not ready to back down. Later, Garrison joined the writer Benjamin Lundy in Maryland. Together, they wrote to persuade others that slavery should be abolished. Another way people promoted freedom of slaves were through the Underground Railroad. Average people provided passages for slaves to escape. Many offered their homes for slaves to stay overnight. They put themselves in danger in order to give slaves freedom. Bleeding Kansas involved anti-slavery and pro-slavery people coming from North and South to try and either make Kansas a slave state or a non-slave state. John Brown was an important person in this massacre. Brown was strongly against slavery. He would fight anyone who tried to make slavery legal. People from the churches would send John Brown money and weapons to put an end to slavery. Conflicts between North and South grew and led to Civil War.